created a preschool box based on bugs as the theme. I picked bugs for two reasons. First, there's a lot of bug topic stuff online already, so there's a lot of things to use as a foundation to build your box, and also a lot of activities you can supplement if any of these activities tend to fail. I also chose bugs because preschoolers think they're creepy and cool at the same time, so they're a great teaching method because students are already interested. So the first thing I have in my box is opening songs. So I picked 5 different opening songs. None of them have to do with bugs because I'm a believer that you should have opening songs that you can use from story time to story time, and you can introduce the topic afterwards. On the back of this, I have my action rhymes. These are all bug themed. There's 5 of them. You can choose to mix and match them with the books however you want. They all are fairly short, but many of them have extra verses you can add in. That way, if your story time is running really quick, you can add more time, or if they really like the song, you can always add more time as well. So let's get to the books. The first book I chose was The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. I chose this book for a couple reasons. First, the illustrations are beautiful. And secondly, this book has a lot of teaching moments. For example, on these pages where he's eating, it deals with counting, days of the week, and you can also add color in there. So there's a lot of great built-in teaching moments in this book. The next book I chose was Waiting for Wings by Lois Ehlert. I chose this book because it's the only book I found that shows how bugs interact with the world, shows that they really have a place in the world. I think this would be great for kids who are afraid of bugs, to show that they're not just scary things, they actually do things to help us, like pollinate flowers. The next book is Little Miss Spider's Sunny Patch School by David Kirk. I chose this book because it does a great job explaining individual differences. Little Miss Spider isn't good at everything at school. I think this is a really important lesson for kids to learn as they transition from the home to a school setting. The next book is The Ant and the Grasshopper by Rebecca and Ed Imberly. So this book is beautiful, first of all. It also is great because it adds a little touch of Cajun theme, which is going to be fun to talk about with kids if you have the time. They're going to have lots of fun saying "les bon ton rouge" and laughing about it. Just a really fun book to read aloud to kids. The last book I chose is also by Eric Carle. It's The Grouchy Ladybug. I have to admit I partially chose this book because it was my favorite children's book as a child. I also chose this book because it just has a lot of great interactive moments. With each animal that the ladybug tries to fight, you can add a different voice to make story time fun. You also, whenever they get to the whale, the slapping of the tail is always a fun moment for kids. So there is the Grouchy Ladybug. Alright. As for activities, I have 5. You can choose to mix and match them however you'd like. The first one is a cute little straw and cupcake liner butterfly. This is fun because it will actually fly. So it's a toy and a craft. All you'll need for this is straws, markers, and cupcake liners. The next activity we have is counting spiders. So this is a really simple one. You just need jars and spider rings. You will give set of this to either a small group of kids or a parent and child, and the child will help count the spiders as they place them in the jar one by one. You can also, if you get these cool multi-packs of spider rings, you can separate them out by color and count how many you have of each color if you need to add more complications for kids who are farther along in their counting. The next thing we have is a cool little egg carton bug. So all you'll need for this is some pre-cut egg cartons. I did 3 sections just so I get more bang for my buck, but you can always make them longer or shorter. Pre-cut straws. I have Google eyes. You can also cut out markers. And this is another great way to get rid of scraps. So if you have some extra yarn laying around or scrap paper, you can always put that in there as well. The next thing we have is spider races. So this, once again, you're using the spider rings. And you're going to use a straw. And you're going to lay the spider with the ring side up, like this. And then kids just blow through the straw to race their spider across the table. It's super fun because it's competitive. It's also fun to work some of those fine motor skills, blowing through a straw, aiming it at the spider. It's great. The final craft we have is stamping. So what you'll need is plates, paper plates to put paint on. You'll also need toilet paper tubes. These are going to be your stamps. Once you put paint on the plate, you use this to make a stamp, and then you, on a piece of paper, can make caterpillar segments. And the kids can decorate their own caterpillar. Once again, it's nice to have markers. Any other spare parts you have lying around are always fun. So this is my bug box.